Almodiel scoring through the blockers. Eusebio Pumalo sent up.
Set up jump ni Marco, combination play, and they're up 5-0. Lasal on the attack, combination again.
UST ready for it, then the drop.
And that's another successful hit coming from Camposan.
Coverage was good, but look at San Andres.
We return you to the home of men's volleyball for this season, and this is the full schedule. And we've got good ones as we try to complete our schedule for the men's volleyball tournament. Eco Oil against EASYTRIP. The Coast Guard faces San Sebastian, and later on in the program, Arellano up against Mapua. Our expert today is Neil Flores, and we've got two teams here, Neil, that are trying to complete their schedule.
This is the last day of the elimination round of our open conference. And although this game is non-bearing already, both of the teams will still slug it out to get another victory before they end their campaign.
Absolutely. It's better to win, go home with a win. It's easier, more fun to go home with a win rather than with a loss. So on that note, both these teams will try very hard. Now let's look at the other teams. You were explaining to me that there were 4 different pools, and the top teams will move on to the next round.
This is the quarterfinal cast for this coming Tuesday. Signal will be going up against Ateneo, Perpetual against the Philippine Navy, the Philippine Air Force against the PLDT Home Fiber, Power Hitters, and Santa Elena will be going up against IEM. All of the #1 teams in their respective brackets are armed with a twice-to-beat advantage.
And this is something we will look forward to. Now, I'm interested to find out what you think about our players or teams here today. In the previous match of Eco Oil de La Salle, they went up against, I believe, the Air Force.
That's correct. It was a 5-set game, and they came this close in bagging that match. It would have been a different story ngayon sa elimination kung nanalo sila. But the 17-point output of Ronquillo was not enough to overpower the Air Force Jet Spikers.
It is my hope that you are ready for 5 sets. I am known in volleyball circles as the king of the 5 sets, so I'm giving you fair warning. Now, shifting our attention to the other side of the floor, let's take a look at the EASYTRIP Road Spikers. I like that name. It's such a cool name, and this is what happened last time around, and I think this was against our school.
Yes, that's correct. They also lost to the Ateneo Blue Eagles in 5 sets. The 40-point explosion of Galang Christensen and Jericho Jose was still not enough to overpower the defense and the blocking of the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
Okay, and there's so much to look forward to. It could be the last day of the schedule, but passion will never subside as long as you are on the Spikers turf. We'll get the game ready for you in just a short while.
She like the shot ball.
Presenting the officials for this match. First referee, Bob Malenab, national referee. Second referee, Bonifacio Abug, national referee. Let us welcome the starting players for your Team Eco Oil DLSU Green Spikers. Starting on with player number 1, Kiefer Reyes. At number 3, Billy Jean Anima. Player number 5, John David De Los Reyes. At number 7, John Mark Ronquillo. Player number 11, Paul Serrano. At number 13, John David Inocentes. Libero player number 14, Rafi Makaspak. Head coach, Mr. Arnold Lanyog. And let's meet our starters for your team, EasyTrip Road Spikers. Starting on with player number 2, Dave Pletado. At number 5, team captain Brandon Santos. Player number 6, Mardy Galang. At number 9, Shua Manliklik. Player number 11, Red Christensen. At number 18, Jericho Jose. Libero player number 4, Jack Marajoki. Head coach, Mr. Jose Roque. Good luck to both teams.
And just about ready to get going. Here's our starting lineup for Eco Oil DLSU, Neil.
That's the usual starters with Ronquillo, De Los Reyes, Anima, Inocentes, Reyes, Serrano, and Makaspak as their libero. He will be looking to the services of John Mark Ronquillo as he has been the top scorer. On the other hand, for the EasyTrip Spikers, we have Christensen, Manliklik, Jose Galang, Pletado Santos, and their libero, Jack Marajoki.
That's a nice name, Jakim Marajoki. Parang you're going to respect that name as the game progresses because you need your libero. What is your assessment of these two teams? How has the season gone for them so far?
Well, it's I would say na medyo sayang yung season for both of these teams. They had a lot of games that were 5-setters. If they won a couple of those games, they might have been forced to go for a playoff against the Ateneo Blue Eagles. But wala na tayong magagawa. They just need to focus in today's game and grab another victory.
And it's something to bring home. No matter what happens to the tournament, it's always nice to go home with a win as we are underway with our first set. And that's long on the first attack.
This is going to be interesting because a lot of players on the floor for EasyTrip actually came from the program of De La Salle Green Archers.
So they know each other so well. Alam nila kung saan lilipad ang bola. As De Los Reyes is off to his first serve. Here's the set from the back row. And on the cross court, it's long and it's 2-0 here in the early goings. Bob Malena is our first referee. Quite a player during his time also. We caught up with each other and he realized that I was so much older than him. He was so happy for that. The set by Echo, and that's off a defender. That's the first point of the Green Spikers.
JD De Los Reyes going for that A quick.
2-1 early goings. We've got Serrano all set to serve. Looks long on the first reception. Some trouble at the net. Quick recovery by La Salle after falling behind 2-0 in the early goings.
In the past games that I've covered for the EasyTrip Road Spikers, they used to start out slow, tas parang diesel, tsaka sila kakarga. But if they want to get a win against a strong team, a strong collegiate team in Eco Oil, they have to start strong. This Eco Oil team pushed the Air Force Jet Spikers to a 5-setter, 15-13. Ganun kalapit.
And that's so tight and so tense, so hard to lose. But that's part of life in volleyball. Nice brush on the quick. No problem that time for De Los Reyes.
Back-to-back points for JD De Los Reyes.
Here it is on your replay. So kung sa Tagalog maganda yan, winalis yung block. The attack, and it's too strong for Galang.
A check ball will be called by our lines judge.
Check ang tawag niya. Nagko-confer ang ating dalawang referee. at saka yung acting mga lines people, how to execute the point of contention actually. But it won't be the last one that we'll have here. We'll take a closer look. Take us through this, Neil. Hard to tell,
It's hard to tell, but I think that was a valid check ball. It grazed the fingers of a blocker dito sa ating Green Spikers.
Alam mo naman yan, walang aamin eh. Diba?
Of course. Then sometimes hindi rin naman nila nararamdaman. They thought that walang check, pero in reality, nahawakan talaga.
Ang layo. Into the air. And they have, oh, he missed it. He misjudged that completely. And Inocentes was looking at the open spot. At the same time, he had no eye on the ball actually.
He mistimed that one. That's the thing. Pag sobrang taas nung sinet sa'yo, you need impeccable timing to hit those balls.
Kasi nung sa cross court, kita na niya may butas dito sa kaliwa eh. Eh, hindi niya nakita yung bola. Samantala, the road team unable to get it over the road spikers on a serve mistake. EASYTRIP now still ahead 5-4. Here comes the set. Nice quick.
Red Christensen from that back quick attack. That's the Lasal connection for the side of EASYTRIP. Brandon Santos and Red Christensen. Ito na yung mga kuya ng mga bata ngayon eh. For sure, they will be competitive at di rin yan magpapatalo.
Alam mo, ganun talagang volleyball. Ate at kuya ang mundo eh. No? Samantala, here's the set. Here's Galang. Powers it through.
Marty Galang is the silent operator for EASYTRIP. He scored 16 points in that 5-set loss against the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
And we've got Red Christensen all set to serve. And it's long. That'll make it 7 against 5. A 5 rather will be with the serve right now. And the serve belongs to Ronquillo. It crawls over. Nice dig downstairs. Here's Galang. He likes to power things on the cross court, and they will declare it inside with a check ball. We arrive at the first technical timeout, and we'll have our score at 8-5 when we resume very shortly.
Pantay isa, middle. Tapos kung sakasakali, doon na, sa dulo. Spiker mo, dalawa. Sa likod. Ha? Tara, red, ha?
Tara.
Red.
We're glad you're with us. We have the Echo Oil, the LSU Spikers, currently down by 3 points at the turn of the first technical timeout. 8-5 is the current score. Both teams trying to feel out what they can do and what they cannot do, Neil, so far.
Well, for now, I think the first setter of Eco Oil, the LSU, is not on the floor. Wayne Marco, since this is a non-bearing game, this is the perfect opportunity or perfect chance for the coaching staff to play around with their rotation because they're preparing for the upcoming UAAP.
Saka iba rin talaga pag game situation practice. Kayo lang nagbubugbugan dyan eh, di ba? The second six likes to kill the first six, and the first six keeps telling the second six, wala kayong karapatan, and all of the above. It's 8-6 as the serve still belongs to the LSU Echo. And here's the reverse. Jose keeping it afloat. Here's the set. Nice thing. Open spot.
Great recognition for the Jericho Jose. Seeing that open hole in the defense of Eco Oil, Billy Anima wasn't able to move his feet to get that dig.
We've got Dave Platado serving. Danced a little in the air. Here comes the set. Ooh, nice drop on two.
Kitang-kita. Serrano exploiting that small hole in the defense of EASYTRIP.
The defense seemed to be sucked towards the middle as they were thinking it was going to be a quick. And then suddenly the drop on two. Here's the serve by Reyes. the set. Jose fires. There's a net touch. Another one of those volleyball sins that nobody will admit.
Free point for EASYTRIP as they establish a 3-point lead.
Uy, yun, pagbaba.
Pagbaba.
That's the job of the second referee. Here's the set by Serrano. Kept in play by the libero. Here's a battle at the net. Jose tracked it down, and the whip. Regalo, and it's out.
Good idea on the side of Serrano, looking to be more aggressive in attacking the defense of EASYTRIP, but he overshoots the mark.
Eco Oil will ask for a timeout here as they have fallen behind by 4.
Hindi tayo aggressive. Sumasabay tayo sa pacing nila. Talagang mabagal pacing niya, tapos gugulang-gulangan lang tayo niya. Pero kung dadaan natin sa bilis yan, pakamirapan makasabay yan. Hindi, yung stand pa lang natin sa block, stand sa depensa, parang relax na relax. Naglalaro na tayo.
Very simple observations from Coach Arnold Leanog, and he was worried about their lack of aggressiveness, Neil.
Siyempre, as a collegiate team, you can be more scrappy compared to a club team because lamang ka in terms of conditioning.
Energy.
Energy also.
And your being together should spark better energy and better aggressiveness, which is so critical in this game. Oh! Smart move and quick alertness by Jericho Jose. Yan ang regalong hindi tinatanggihan. You know, volleyball players, you live for that moment when the ball is in front of you. Ay, unlucky. Diba? Regalo, diba? Here's the set. Oh, nicely done. Ang linis na pagkagawa nun.
Fooling all the blockers. Anima was looking to go for a power hit. Then suddenly he changed his decision and went for a soft one.
When do you make that decision? Yung uhulog mo o papaluin mo? At that split second na makita mo?
Well, if you're a tall player and you have the hops, when you go up in the air, meron ka pang a little time na sumilip dun sa depensa before you make a decision.
In the meantime, that is outside. The intention was clear to go down the line, but he missed the target. EASYTRIP is in front by 5, 13-8 here in the first set.
Hindi pwedeng sumabay sa pace ng EASYTRIP itong Eco Oil DLSU.
Lampas. They're misjudging. They're thinking of doing too many things. You know, sometimes coaches don't like that. Umuhulugan, paluan mo. Here's a change in the lineup. Number 9 coming in, and that is their captain, Wayne Marco.
Wayne Marco is actually their starting setter. Mukhang kailangan na siyang hugutin to get a couple of points.
They were giving the other setter an opportunity to get your feet wet, get into a game situation, but now it's time to call the veteran in. It's too far a lead. It's 15-8. Ooh! That's an ace. And they were thinking of too many things at the same time. EASYTRIP with an EASYTRIP so far. 16-8. Back after the second tee.
Tapos yung check ball, hindi mo kailangan pumasok. Habang ka nung mahaba. Okay? Tara, tuloy lang natin yan, ha? Tuloy. Tuloy pa natin para may ano.
Mag-connect muna tayo yan. Kukuha natin isa-isa. I-connection muna natin.
Nakakapasa tayo, hindi tayo makatake. Puro error.
Antayin mo kasi. Communicate.
That's quite a brain trust for the Eco Oil, the LSU Green Spikers. We, of course, have head coach Arnold Lanyog. Aaron Velas is there. Some very seasoned mentors. In the meantime, it's 16-8. Anong kulang sa laro ng Eco Oil at DLSU? What seems to be lacking in their flow so far?
Well, sabi nga ni Coach Arnold Lanyog, he's looking for the aggressiveness of the players. Parang hindi sila sigurado kung ano yung gagalawin nila. And sumasabay sila dun sa tempo na nilalaro ng EASYTRip.
And Mensha, Yeshua, and Manliklik suddenly breaking up the tempo of De La Salle with a single coverage in the middle. And you're right, you got to play your game.
I've seen a lot of club teams play a slower tempo of volleyball pero dinadaan sa diskarte, and it has been effective. So for collegiate teams, they cannot do that against a much experienced team like the EASYTRip.
That's a good point. And EASYTRip is in front 17-9. All set to serve this time with Jesus. Oh, messed up back row action there.
Miscue on the side of Marajoki and Jose. Sabi ni Marajoki, out na. But suddenly, Jericho Jose got a hand.
Sabing out na eh. Di ba, ang rule is when it goes beyond your shoulder, normally that's out. But they were committed. They ended up trapped. Oh, the blockers unable to handle the hot volleyball.
Manliklik, back-to-back points. One coming from the deflection.
That's true. And he's scoring in every which way so far. 18-10 here in the opening set. That's the points Neil was talking about. One block and one ace. In the meantime, that serve is messed up and it's too long for Manliklik.
Good thing they still have a 7-point cushion. So yung mga paisa-isang error mapagbibigyan pa ni Coach Jose Roque.
Galang, favorite spot. Oh, late. They were late. They're always a step late. Galang is so obviously going to hit on that attack, but the blockers were already committed, but yung coverage.
Masyadong malayo si Wayne Marco dun sa baseline. He wasn't able to catch up with that ball. It was relatively high. Mukhang kaya pa talagang i-save yun.
Red and his serve. This is in play. Long to the back row. Galang getting into attack position, but they shift their attention. And nice distribution by the setter of the EASYTRip Road Spikers.
That's the usual performance of Red Christensen all throughout the conferences here in the Spikers turf.
And it's inside. EASYTRip still ahead though, 20-12 as the serve shifts to the other side. It'll be for John Mark Ronquillo. Marjoki with a good stop there. Galang with power. Galang has been unstoppable so far this opening set.
There are a lot of loopholes in the defense of Eco Oil, from the digging, from the coverage, till the blocking. We enter a timeout with a 9-point lead.
Let's try to listen in if we can.
Magtrabaho lang. Agad din natin nagagampanan yung trabaho nyo dyan, individual, hindi tayo mag-performance. Nangyari, ina-atake nila tayo. Eh, establish natin na magandang block, i-push natin sa receive. Kaya pag may chance na atake tayo, make sure, atakein din natin sila. Atake natin, di pa multos. Center, set up mo na maayos.
Pre-analyst na kami.
JD, hindi pwede din sa salita. Parang ano ka dyan. Parang wala ka dyan. Ito parang sabi.
Walang magmamadali. Analyst yun lang, pre. Simple lang yun. Tawa-tawa lang tayo.
Sila na, yung kabila, ang kaiba, nag-iisip. Kahit mabagal, nag-iisip.
Gawa tayo score.
Coach Arnold Lanyog saying na binabaril na nga tayo, nilalambing nyo pa. They're giving us loaded attacks, then every time we attack, parang hindi pa muntos eh. Still looking for that aggressiveness sa kanyang kupunan.
If you think about it, itong kupunan ng EASYTRip, they're not doing anything special. It's a simple, clear volleyball game that they're playing. They're simpleng set. Wala nga, hindi nga kumikwik sa gitna eh. And they're just capitalizing on the lack of defense of DLSU so far in the match.
You would have to agree, they're going to their basic plays. Plays from the wings, a couple of pipe attacks, a couple of slides. It's something that is still manageable to block.
Yung bang kita pa eh. Kita pa ng depensa kung saan pupunta. Like Galang has gotten away with so many cross-court attacks, although he messed up his serve just now. We are back with the serve with DLSU. Easily handled by Christensen. Jose fires and the libero unable to handle it.
The defense of DLSU is still lacking from the blocking to the digging.
Look at how Makaspak was unable to handle it. Out of position also. Back to live action. EASYTRIP closing in on the end of this first set and brings it to set point.
That's another slide attack from Yeshua Manliklik. Kiefer Reyes didn't even attempt to go up for that one. Looks like they're waving the white flag early on in this first set.
You get the feeling their feet are stuck on the hardwood right now here in the Paco Arena. That will go for Eco Oil DLSU. Some rare moments to get some points before possibly EASYTRIP closing the deal here.
What they want to do is to score a couple more points to get their momentum
for the second
as
set.
we enter that second set. That's correct.
That is so correct, Neil. Galang. Nice combination and on target for Jose.
Now this time, they ended with a powerful combination play from the middle, care of Jericho Jose. Let's take a look at that once again. Kanina, puro basic plays lang ang ginagawa. But this time around, Brendon Santos fooling the two blockers as Jericho Jose puts an end to the first set of our match.
Very dominating performance by EASYTRIP in that first set, Neil.
These are the numbers. 12 attacks compared to the only 6 of Eco Oil. And they really had a lot of errors talking about the Green Spikers. A lot from the service line, from their defense. Now, we have to see if they can make the adjustments necessary if they want to tie this ball game up at one set apiece.
25-14 was the distance, and that's an auspicious start. Maybe they need that rush of adrenaline as Marco heads to the service area. 1-0 here in the second.
This was the guy that I was looking for in that first set. He didn't have much production, talking about John Mark Ronquillo.
And look at this, good start by Eco Oil DLSU, 2-0.
Usually in all of the games, first set talaga yung pinaka-shaky. Then when you get to that second frame, doon na nagkikick in yung pagka-warm up ng players.
There are some teams that are like that, that love to counter-punch. Volleyball is a game of counter-punching, actually. Yeah, coaches like it that when you're aggressive starting on, but you gotta also read what the other side is doing quickly, before it gets too late. We have it at 2-1 here. Here's the serve in play. Marco checks the horizon, and that play is botched.
That 2-point lead is gone.
They got their signals crossed on whether they were going quick or they were going open. Sometimes happens.
Smart serving also for Brendon Santos. He's targeting the wing spikers para mawala sa equation ng atake.
That's a great point. Regalo. Oh! Knockout punch.
Yeshua Manliklik registering a couple of points already under his belt. Kadalasan, EasyTrip would get most of their production from Red Christensen and Marty Galang, but this time, the middles have been involved early on in this match.
Miss on the quick. Just to go back to that facial, you probably have been hit by a volleyball more times than I can imagine. But ang daling mawala yung pain. Have you noticed sa volleyball? Wala na yan. Okay na yan. Game na. Nagpapalit lang yung mukha mo ng konti, pero game. Sige, tara.
Sometimes you don't feel the pain because of adrenaline.
Yes. Here's the set by Marco. The brush still in play. Road Spikers miss it up on the attack, however. Unable to get it over is Red Christensen.
Looks like he was bothered with that established double block of the Green Spikers.
Anima to serve. The setup job. That's a cannon. Reachable in play. Good non-call on that situation by the referees. Push to the back row. Good stretch that time by Anima. The reverse set. And it's on target.
Wayne Marco has to give more balls and set more balls to Ronquillo.
Parang ang tama kay yung kulang yung pass setup para kay Ronquillo ng first set. Now they have to go to him a little more often to equalize the set count. We're tied at 4. Dug up nicely by Makaspak. Here's the attack. Maglino's heave is still in play. De La Salle scampering. Marco with the set. Maglino, it's still alive. Is it on the floor? Yes, it is.
Oh, a net touch will be called on one of the blockers.
Oh, yun ang tawag. And it ends up as a point for Eco Oil, the LSU. 5-4 in the second. If you just joined us, 25-14 in the first. That's long. This is a nice volleyball arena. Perfect lang for the game. Not too big, not too small. Enough for a crowd to be on hand as Maglino unable to get that atop the net.
And it's also very affordable for all of our men's volleyball fans to come on down here sa Paco Arena. It's only 100 pesos for all of the matches for the whole day.
And we have a 3-game schedule here today. Here comes the serve this time by Jericho Jose. Nice quick set, but read cleanly on that reverse. It's still in action for... Oh, and somebody touching the net. It's Christensen, most likely. Kamay niya, his left hand got caught in the net.
Patalon pa lang siya, sumabit na agad yung kamay niya.
You can actually hear his coach. Dalawang kamay sa block. Here's a jump set, very simply done. That's rejected, and clearly nobody home.
Miscue on the side of Jose and Brendon Santos. Pero pag setter yung katabi mo, if you're going to get the first ball, hindi mo na dapat ipakuha sa setter mo para he could set up a counter-attack on the second ball.
Good point. Nice reverse set, but the blockers are there. Reyes and Maglino conniving there. Take a second look as the Eco Oil DLSU takes the lead at 8-6. We will be back.
Nahihirapan na naman tayo magbasa niya pag good pa sila. So once na mababa, hirap sila sa underhand. So madali natin basahin yung atake.
Tara. Trabaho pa tayo. Kulat lang. Specific fighter. Animo! 1, 2, 3!
Take a look at that. Wonderful block by Maglinaw. Perfect timing. Mukhang inaral din nila yung tendencies of Red Christensen in those opposite attacks.
Our director is in a good mood. I think he has eaten lunch already. He has 3 slow-mos. Hindi usually yan. Isa lang binibigay. Pero ngayon medyo nakakain na si Direk. So, 3 ang binigay. And here we go. Our score is currently 8-6. Oh, somebody touched the net. Pulled it down. This should be an interesting call. Nahatak yung net eh.
Oh.
And, okay, Eco Oil, the LSU grabs a point via that call. 9-6 tally here.
That's a 3 block violations already for the side of
Correct.
EasyTrip.
Kuminsan, pag nakuha mo yung first set, may konting relax na nangyayari. Look at this. Airtight blocking by Eco Oil and the Green Spikers celebrating.
Mark Roquillo really taking charge. That's the thing about collegiate teams. Kahit sino yung kalaban nila, come the second set, they make their necessary adjustments to get their defense going.
And they count on their teamwork. In the meantime, really a messy second set for the Road Spikers. They've fallen behind here by 5. They probably fell into a wrong sense of security, actually. Kasi very sleepy yung laro ng DLSU in the first set eh. Ito, Galang, who was notorious in that first set, can't hit a mark here.
The tables have turned, and Eco Oil grabs a 6-point lead.
Let's listen, I think, Neil, to this timeout by the coaching staff of EasyTrip.
Target din sila kung ano yung weak spot natin. So, iangat lang natin. May man natin ka na magmadali, di ba? Iwas, dami natin error sa ano. Diba? Net, ilan net error yan? 2, 3. Tapos di pa natin maikipit ng maayos. Masyado tayong predictable doon sa galaw natin. Tara.
These tacticians also studied the weak spots in the receiving areas of both of the teams. Kanina, kung EasyTrip yung tumatarget sa depensa ng Eco Oil. This time around, the tables have turned.
And Neil Flores explaining that very clearly. And the attack of EasyTrip has been so predictable here in the second set. Very souped up the LSU side here in the second set. Maglinaw gets a break.
Even the soft cut shots, hindi na iaangat ng EasyTrip.
Kung titingnan mo, parang easy ball eh.
That was definitely an easy ball. Medyo tumama pa sa tip of the net, kaya bumagal yung pagpasok sa court ng EasyTrip, but they weren't able to get that.
From a previous generation of volleyball players, they would yell, "Sibol!" Easy ball, in other words. Oh, this guy is on fire, Maglinaw. His set, however, his firing is easily handled. Maglinaw digs it up high. They will toss it over on the third. Here comes the attack. Galang rejected. The set by Reyes. A counter set by Marco, and it's still being played out. This is the longest rally, and it ends. That shot gone.
Another error on the side of the Road Spikers. 8 na ang kalamangan. Nabaliktad lang yung situation in our first set. This is a commanding lead for the Green Spikers.
The first set going the way of EasyTrip. 25-14 was the tally there. And very careless return that time. Never works that one-handed reverse pickup. Jericho Jose bungling that. Jericho Jose now replaced by Parcon. Suddenly, EasyTrip made a small opening of the door. Pinasok agad ng Eco Oil de LSU.
JD De Los Reyes already having 5 points in this contest, but he throws that one away.
And we've got the serve of Manliklik in play. They're going to Maglinaw almost exclusively here. Regalo!
Now that's the aggressiveness na hinahanap ni Coach Arnold Lanyog. They will enter the technical timeout with a 9-point lead.
Silang. makaka-adjust, mabilis yung mga spiker. Okay? Kalma, kalma. Nandyan na tayo.
Yung
Okay?
middle, di ba sinabi ko sa inyo, kahit gaano kayo kalaki, nasa si Jericho. Jericho!
Pero
Kahit gaano kayo kalaki, kung hindi nyo dadaanin sa bilis, mabablock kayo na maliit. Diba? Eh, ang question nyo quicker. Kung dadaanin nyo sa bilis, pwede hindi umabot. Eh, isang warm up pa lang kanina eh. Ang tendency ng bola nyo, sabay kayo umangat.
Kulang pa, kulang.
Diba? Hindi talaga unahan nyo talaga sa ere. Kaya nyo naman tumulo ng mataas.
Tara, cheer.
Serve tayo, didepensa tayo, pablock tayo. Tara.
Depensa lang kami ni
The national anthem of Philippine volleyball teams is Tara Tara Tara. And after every timeout, whether it's the women's game or the men's game, because you want to get back onto the court. The LSU, ECOL, playing a little better here in the second set. They're ahead 16-7 after they were clobbered in that first set, 25-14.
They were able to establish their blocking early on in the second frame. Dahil established na yung blocking nila, the diggers get a clearer view of the zones kung saan nila babantayan.
Excellent point because it suddenly becomes wide open. 16-8 as the service reobtained by EASYTRIP. Regalo, hindi na upakan, hindi na dictate. Oh, that was cleanly done.
Wasted opportunity. That was practically a regalo also for the side of EASYTRIP. But they weren't able to convert. Yun yung mga, some of the deadly sins. Kailangan mong ma-convert every time they give you a chance ball.
And Marco with a swift decision to put that on two as the back row is at work. Here's the set. They're still going to Galang. They finally get that to stay down.
They still have a lot of catching up to do.
And the serve belongs to Mardi Galang, who has been their go-to guy so far in the course of the battle. 17-9 tally here. Marco with a set, goes to Anima. And it's off the blockers. It stays out.
Now Anima gets involved in the scoring picture. This will be a deadly green spiker squad if everybody starts heating up.
Trying to get their program back in sync. You know? There's in the UAAP, and you know this, there's always a shift of power. Sometimes it's the years of NU, then suddenly Ateneo come along, UST will come along, and then FU. Those are the power shifts. And LaSalle for a long time was also among the powers. Now they're trying to rebuild and strengthen their program.
A lot of the men's collegiate teams right now are on that rebuilding stage.
Yes. This is high up and playable. The setup job. Christensen knocks it in, down the line.
Now, Coach Jose Roque asking for more speed from their attackers. Di bali ng basic yung plays natin. It's how you hit those balls. Kasi kung taas-taas lang tayo, tapos medyo mabagal yung palo, talagang mabablock rin tayo.
Here's Pletado's serve in play. Marco reverses. Oh, great set. But this ball very much in action. It is playable. It is legal. It is in play. Setup job now. Anima, while the other side was still in disarray. Now, there's a Coach Arnold asking, legal pa ba yun?
Yes, that was a legal.
I think so.
Save from EASYTRIP. A for effort, but Anima will score off that open hit.
Correct. And they are way out in front by 10. Regalo ito. Nice tip that time by Marco or by De Los Reyes. Hindi lang na upakan and out of reach. Now, remember your point in the first set. You need some points to go into that third set, build up some momentum. You may not win this set anymore because it's already 20-11. Good combination. Hindi lang nadiinan. Hindi lang nadiinan. Parcon. Marcos set. Hindi mag-sink. Hindi mag-fall into place. They get the point from a different route.
EASYTRIP was asking for a violation, but they stopped in the middle of gameplay. Medyo na-delay sila.
You know, Bob Malena will blow his whistle when he has to. When he doesn't have to, he won't. He's a veteran referee. And let's listen in.
Ang balikat nyo, parang ayaw nyo nang lumaban.
Let's go!
Diba?
Let's fight kasi tayo sa galaw, friend!
Pag ganyan ang mangyayari sa atin, wala na. Diba? Kailangan laban tayo. Hindi pwedeng bigay agad. Isang puntos, bigay. Laban. Kaya nga tayo kasi inahabol yung pacing sa kanila. Control natin yung bola.
Let's go.
Coach Jose Roque looking for more fight from the Road Spikers in that first set. They were really dominant. Right now, nothing is working. And this lead is already at 10.
Medyo hindi as serious yung EASYTRIP as they were in that first set. I think they were a little too casual in the second set. And then suddenly nagbalasan ng lineup ang Eco Oil and they were too late for the road trip. And look at this. This deal getting to be clearly in favor of Eco Oil, the LSU.
They don't even need to establish that counter-attack because their blocking is preventing the attacks of EASYTRIP from going to their court.
Parcon denied. It's airtight right now. It's a no-fly zone.
It's a block party established by Eco Oil. 2 points away from getting the second set. 5 blocks already compared to the single one of EASYTRIP.
Ooh! Sa polling electric pan. Sabi ng mga fans natin to, salamat may electric pan sa harap namin. Set point tayo. 24-11. Out. Good read that time by Christensen. Good eye. In the meanwhile, we have the serve all set for Milover Parcon. The combinations now flowing nicely for the Green Spikers, but that is an excellent attack that's going to be out of reach.
They will still try to cut the deficit. It might be too late. Pero ang importante dito, mapalapit nila yung score.
Malakas talaga itong si Galang. Malakas talaga hahataw yan. He has the shoulders to help him along. And that'll work for Maglino.
When Maglino entered this ball game, he came up with a lot of points to help the De La Salle Green Spikers score this set. Let's take a look at that replay. That wasn't the strongest of hits. Umibabaw lang siya. He found that middle area and Milo Parcon wasn't able to pick it up.
And we will end our second set. Sets are tied at 1 apiece. More Spiker serve action after these. So far, the sets have been one-sided affairs for each side, Neil.
the tables have turned. It was the time of EasyTrip to commit more errors compared to Eco Oil. But the main thing for me that stood out was the blocking of the Green Spikers na nawala talaga nung first set.
It should be, that's the second set actually. The first set going the way of Eco Oil and, or the Road Spikers rather than they were in command 25-40. You have to appreciate the adjustments done by the Green Spikers. They suddenly, said, let's play our game actually.
Since this is a non-betting game, it's either you enter a game na with no pressure or you enter relaxed na parang wala namang mawawala.
Yeah. It's more fun to go home with a win, really. Ang hirap umuwi pag talo.
Of course, knowing that this is the last game for their campaign here in our open conference.
And we are off and running in the third set. EasyTrip etching the first point, drawing first blood here, 1-0. And we have the captain serving. This is Brandon Santos. And Makaspak is there. This is blocked. There was no blocking on the part of the Road Trippers in the first, and this is out. It's 2-0. The Road Spikers were actually now climbing out in front. It should be 2-0. Yes, it is.
In that second frame, they also scored the first 2 points. Then tsaka rumesback itong Eco Oil. So they have to start building up the lead para mas mahirapan naman yung Green Spikers na makahabol.
Jose Ancorks. Good stretch that time by the libero Marjoke, but they were unable to keep it in play.
For all of our viewers, nakaka-tune in lang po sa atin dito sa One Sports. The quarterfinals will start this coming October 8. We will have the 4 games in one single day.
It's a volleyball fiesta for the men's game, and of course we credit the organizers of the Spikers Turf to keep the men's game very much in vogue. And this, look at that, that's a whip. Here we go, Marco tracks it down. That is kept in play. Eugenio is a new man on the floor, and that stays down and out.
It was really obvious that that set was going to Mardi Galang. The 2 blockers was just waiting. Napaluin niya yun. He didn't even move.
Alam na alam mo si Mardik pag atake eh. Yung nanggagalaiti, alam mo nanggigigil eh. Samantala, messed up play that time. And EasyTrip down leads by 2, 4-2. Here's Herman Eugenio, the new entry into the lineup here in the third set. It does not climb over that net.
9 errors committed in that previous set. They have to minimize that. Dahil third set lagi yung pinaka-crucial pag tied kayo eh.
Yeah, and it could be decisive, and it is decisive. Botched up set there. Galang fires. Kept alive by Anima, and here comes the attack. The blocking is now there for the Road Spikers, and that was nowhere in sight in the second set, actually.
I'm interested in the adjustments that Coach Jose Roque will be making for his squad because for everybody's information, he's also part of the coaching staff of De La Salle.
Yeah.
So medyo alam din niya yung sistema. Pero ngayon, dito muna siya sa EasyTrip.
Hiwalay-hiwalay muna tayo rito. Galang! Marcos set. Christensen. Marjoki kept it in play, and that was long.
Great digging from Makaspak, keeping that ball alive. Sometimes pag na-establish mo yung depensa, kahit na mabalik yung bola, you would wait for your opponent's attackers to get tired and eventually commit an unforced error.
Oh, well done! That quick was well done. And Dave Pletado nailing it. Alam mo nang dun siya pupunta. Take us through this.
That's one of the plays na masasabi kong bread and butter ni Brandon Santos and Dave Pletado. That's a really high efficiency, high percentage slide attack.
Here's an ad-lib, a push in the middle. Here comes Jose. Makaspak is, however, alert to it. Here's the easy toss over. Overpass. Marjoki gets to it. Jose adjusts. Maglino was there from the middle. We go, and it's long and out, but it was touched.
Isa na lang ang kalamangan ng Road Spikers. You have to build on that. Because whoever establishes a bigger lead, kadalasan dun talaga napupunta.
With the scoring system now, it's hard to catch up with a big lead. You have to establish the momentum clearly on. In the side-out era, it was easy. You have to have the serve to score. You have to stop the other team. But not anymore. Mahirap mabulin yung mga 7-point lead, 8-point lead. Unless horribly talaga yung laro ng kabila. Or you play so superiorly well, all of a sudden. Nako, overpass. Nako, naabutan. Sayang.
Just like that, Eco Oil takes over. They grab a 1-point lead.
Brandon Santos took a while when he stood up. Chinek niya sarili niya. Baka na-sprain siya doon sa pagpihit niya. Seems okay. We play on. Oh boy, that's a lazy watching of the ball. And just happens. And Eco Oil, the LSU, takes the first time out in front, 8-6.
Di pa makuha yung connection eh. Again, nasa si JT, di pa makuha yung connection eh. May time, either late kayo, or hindi kayo na-antay anyway. Ganun lang naman eh.
Bye-bye tayo na.
Kahit yung sa harap eh. Kasi naniniwala, kaya yung daanin sa bilis yan, hindi kayo mahuhusay. Pero kung laging predictable yan, automatic may block yan.
Middles, nag-uus kami ng mga coaches kanina. Yung timing kasi natin, it's either sobrang late or sobrang aga. Kaya yung setter natin, hindi makapa. So pwede mag-stick muna tayo ng maaga parati ang pasok. Yun lang muna, para hindi
Para sa ba?
Depensa muna ha, Black. Depensa tayo ha.
Ano mo? Sir! Bye!
We'll continue with the score at 8-6 here in the third. Sets are tied at 1 apiece. First one going the way of the Road Spikers at 25-14. There was a good counter by Eco Oil in the second, 25-13. We're tied. And third set in progress. Jose denied.
Kung kanina umuubra yung basic plays ni Brandon Santos, this time around he has to go to those combinations because if you're going to basics, mabablock at mabablock ng De La Salle.
Very clearly so, and it's De La Salle now jumping out with a 3-point lead. Here comes the serve. Maglino serve in play. Here's the setup job by Santos. Jose again, no. Oh, he got it this time. He got it this time.
Puts a little muscle into that hit.
Kung minsan kailangan paluin mo ng madiin para talagang mahataw mo yung blocker eh. Kung minsan posisyon, ano? Pero yung lakas nakakatulong yan eh. Gaya nito, ano ko, hindi naupakan yung regalo. Here comes the set down the middle. Christensen reaches for it. Here comes Jose firing. And it's inside.
He's exclusively going to that zone 1 area. Mas malaki yung butas compared to that cross court. Because you have Kiefer Reyes on the block and then you have Rafi Makaspak manning the defense at the back court.
Letado's serve is in play. Nice pickup by Christensen, and Jose got a reach on it, a hand on it. Still in fair territory, but that spot wide open.
From power hits to soft shots. Yan yung nakakainis pa minsan as a defender.
Yes.
You're used to getting a lot of powerful hits. Then suddenly, ida-drop, manghihina ka na lang eh.
Bagsak balikat yan. Power outage yan niya. Wala na. 10-8. Jose nearly bungling it. They will. Oh! People got entangled there.
Eco Oil starting to build up their lead. Kanina lamang ang EasyTrip by 2 points. Now it's Eco Oil on top by 3.
I would say playing with a little more creativity at this point. Forcing the easy side to try to play defense here. Challenging them. Christensen. There's the stretch, the set. Marco says, I gotcha.
Wayne Marco. Definitely an attack option also for the squad of DLSU.
That's something you don't do all the time para hindi ka mabisto, no? The good ones, sometimes I can tell pag yung nakaharap sa akin, they're gonna do it. Pero pag nakatalikod na ganun, you have no idea. Dapat yan surprise palagi.
And I think that's also one of the evolutions of the sport in men's volleyball. Before, hindi ko masyadong nakikita yung mga setters becoming aggressive on the second ball. But right now, you can see a lot of tall setters spiking the ball, second ball
Good
pa lang.
point, yes. Kasi kuminsan converted eh. Galing, hindi naman setter dati eh. Ginonvert, matangkad kasi, maganda yung habol sa bola. Sige na, ataka rin. Oh! Maglinaw unable to get into proper digging position of that last try, and we're now at 10 against 12. Anima, Marcos set, it's rejected. They will reset. They battle in the air, and it's down and out.
Wayne Marco winning that joust. This is a steadier floor defense for Eco Oil DLSU. Itong si Maglinaw, if I remember correctly, he was suited up as a libero in their previous game against Ateneo. But right now, he is converted to an attacker.
As long as you make the listing ahead of the game, di ba? You choose two players that will have a different uniform. So, just versatility. Maglinaw. O kaya pala maganda digging niya, no?
So, parang dalawang libero ngayon ang nasa floor for Eco Oil.
And it's a closer third set, and you are so correct, Neil Flores, because this is so decisive. This could go either way. This could decide where the fourth set will be. That's the competition for these two teams, trying to complete the schedule. When the next time you'll have your spikers there, you'll have the big battles in the quarterfinals. Set up job, down the middle, and down and out. (14-11) tally here. Eco Oil DLSU in front. Watch this again.
A quick.
Tinusok sa harap eh. Reverse. Naku! Kala ko on 2 upakad. Kinuha sa pitik sa taas.
Good adjustment on the side of Red Christensen. Medyo kanina pa siya nadidepensahan ng Eco Oil. This time he went for a power tip and it worked.
Trabaho ng setter to mix up the punches, and that's never an easy job. You're either the favorite of the coach or the apple of the eye of the coach. Here comes the reverse set. All good dig up that time by Santos. They don't want to waste this. Galang dig over easily. Nice combination on target.
You can't give a free ball, lalo na't pat nasa harap si Ronquillo.
Parang nung first set, kulang ang bola sa kanya. No? Ito. Ang galing ng pagkakatago.
Nahirapan din talaga yung setter na bigyan siya ng maraming bola because of the first ball.
Which was not so easy to handle. In the meantime, the Galang gets that to stay inside. It'll make it 15-13.
Simple hit from Marty Galang.
He lost his grip in the second set. Basang-basa siya with all those blocks that you mentioned in the second. We've got Christensen all set to serve. They're down by 2. And that serve is...
There are two different calls made by the lines judge. Yung isa tumawag ng out, yung isa in daw. But I think that point will go to
the LSU.
Eco Oil, yes.
And we arrive at the second technical timeout. We'll have you with us very shortly.
Nakuha naman natin yung control na kinukontrol natin pero mas may gaganda pa yung control nila. Okay, makina, yung open nila, anong ginagawa? Wala na paano sa down the line kasi lahat ng down the line bumabalik. Di ba, ulit natin yung down. So ngayon, yung depensa ng dalawa, wala namang sharp course eh. Either dun sa lampas na attack line o dun sa corner.
Kulang ka ng isang
Okay, nakita na, puro cross-court yung pinapalo na out.
Check mo pa rin na magtsaga.
Ano mo?
Arnold Langyog, one of the veteran coaches we have here. And Aaron Velez is also one of the assistants. Glad you can spend some time with us here in the Spikers turf. It's 16-13 in the third set. First two sets separating both teams, each one getting a set. This is the decisive one. Sev Sarmiento and Neil Flores doing your coverage here from Paco Arena. This is a net touch.
That free point will give Eco Oil a 4-point edge. Papalapit na sila sa 20-point mark, and EasyTrip needs to cut the momentum.
But they waste their serve. Alam mo yung bad serve, ano yun? Bad relative coming to a party na hindi imbitado. Everybody looks away, di ba? No? Ayaw tingnan. Here comes Galang. Oh, mishit. You could tell it was a mishit.
And Marco with Makaspak bumped into each other. They had a miscue in who's going to set that ball.
Correct, correct.
Marty Galang, 9 points, 8 attacks, and 1 block.
And I think the bulk of those points came in the first set, really. Tinusukan.
Kung may running itong si Dave Letado, meron din itong DLSU with Reyes.
Saka ang banat kasi yung mga special plays nyo, surprise dapat eh, hindi yung bistado. Sige, open, tapos biglang kalabit ng special play. Nice dig up by Makaspak. Ronquillo off speed. Here comes the setup. Reverse by Santos. And dig. Neil, try mo.
Net touch will be called on Eco Oil.
Kung na-block ka, nandito kami for coverage. Oh, what a waste. Letado unable to get that into play, and it's now 19-16.
Yun yung masakit eh. You're catching up, you're doing good, and suddenly a player commits a service error. Tapos sa next rotation, meron ulit isa. It really snowballs.
Parang hawa-hawa eh, no? In the meantime, there's the attack that time. Christensen, not clean, and they'll have to toss it over. It's outside. Misjudged the line, and we're going to have a timeout called now by EasyTrip. Time to sneak in our cameras and our microphones.
Yung galaw natin, imbis na mapabor sa atin, sa atin pa na namamali, di ba? Hindi man ang kailangan natin, i-over na lang natin, i-pwestuhan nyo, ayusin nyo. Basa, kailangan magbasa tayo. Hindi tayo pwedeng manalo ng mag-aasa lang tayo sa error nila o aantayin natin. Tayo gagawa dapat. Hindi sila. Tara, yung puntos galing sa atin dapat. Yun yung convincing. Kung ano yung pinakita nyo ng first set, busin lang. Tara. Habaan nyo yung pasensya nyo. Tara.
You cannot be careless. Those simple balls na kailangan mo i-over, kailangan masigurado natin. Coach Jose Roque is looking for the performance of his players back in the first set. Nasa na yun. Ibalik natin yun.
That's correct. Parang nasa nagpunta yung ating first set na yun. Papatuloy po ang Spikers turf. Glad you could be part of this day. Attack! Oh, denied. And Anima all dressed up, nowhere to go.
Too low for Billy Anima. They're still up by 3 points.
And here comes the serve by Santos. The set. Oh. Kala ko nalunod. Muntik na. Reverse set. Jose.
Jericho Jose making up for his costly error a while ago. Magandang front line ito para sa ating EasyTrip Road Spikers.
True.
You have Jericho Jose on the left side. You have Red Christensen on the right side. But sabi ko nga eh, it will really carry over yung mga error na yan. Kasi paminsan nag-iingat yung mga player, ay nagkamali yung kakampi ko, I have to put this in. And then the more you become careful, mas nag-error ka pa.
It's like the flu when everybody has it. Hawa-hawa. Oh, Eugenio making that happen. And that'll make it 21-19 here in the third. Watch this again. We've got Jose all set to serve. The set. Oh, with power. And that was a clear sky. No turbulence at all. Making it 22-19. Ronquillo just a powerhouse here. Oh, just when you're flying and suddenly Anima messing up his serve. New face on the floor, a serving person most likely, number 10, Esperida. That's John Ray Esperida.
Defensive substitution for the Rhodes Spikers.
Nakaspak. Down the middle we go. No problem that time. John De Los Reyes nailing that cleanly. We have De Jesus coming in.
Ito yung mga crucial substitutions at the junctions of this game. Yung mga pinch servers na tinatawag natin.
This is Gian De Jesus all set to serve. Jose tossing it high. Galang rejected. Ronquillo and Reyes conniving.
A new star has emerged in the form of John Mark Ronquillo. This guy is only a rookie, a bright future ahead.
And let's try to listen in.
Tagayin lang natin. Huwag tayong mainip.
Dibayan natin
Kung naiinis na kayo, taas yung kumpiyansa nyo. Pag naiinis na kayo, dala-dala nyo na lahat eh. Diba? Tsagayin nyo, kada puntos, kada ano. Basta pumuntos ang kabila, puntos tayo. Hindi pwedeng hindi.
Bayan, dapat to.
Tara! Ibayan nyo pa. Isang pasa lang yan. Isang pasa. Tapos execute tayo maayos. Tara!
Confidence and consistency. Yun ang hinahanap ni Coach Jose Roque. It was our fault kung bakit ganito yung kalamangan ng Eco Oil. We gave them a lot of free points from our unforced errors. It's our job and our responsibility to make up for it in the next coming sequences.
That puts it very clearly, very succinctly. It is serving for the set now. Long. Slight door opening now. Christiansen all set to serve. Anima, that combination has worked like a charm for Eco Oil DLSU.
John Mark Ronquillo, the opener and the closer for the Eco Oil DLSU Spikers. Let's look at that play again. Wayne Marco making sure that they ended the set with a bang. John Mark Ronquillo from the middle, Kiefer Reyes going for that A-quick, then suddenly patong ito si John Mark Ronquillo.
Eco Oil DLSU now takes a 2-1 lead. We're headed for the fourth. We're reporting to you from the Paco Arena, and this is what happened in the third set taken by Eco Oil DLSU.
Same story. Eco Oil DLSU got the edge in the blocking department. Ganun talaga eh, pag naka-establish yung blocking mo, it's easier to set up your transition plays and counter-attacks. Aside from the blocking, let's credit Rafi Makaspak. He has provided steady and solid digging in that zone, in that specific zone in the cross-court area.
And Neil, of course, talking about the libero of the Eco Oil DLSU. That's number 14, Rafael Makaspak. And such a valuable addition to the volleyball game now, approaching its 20th year, actually, as we get underway with the fourth set. Now, if you're the EC road trip, that side, what's in your mind? What do you need to do? EasyTrip has to make some adjustments going to the fourth.
Definitely, more adjustments to be made on the side of the road spikers. Kung papansinin natin kanina in the previous set, most of the attacks going cross-court na iaangat ng depensa ng DLSU. They scored more when they challenged that zone 1 area, so they can maximize that more to get more points here.
And look at this. Gusto nang umuwi ng Eco Oil DLSU, wants to end it here. In the fourth set, they have a 2-1 lead. Look at what he has done so far.
Great performance coming off the bench. 15 excellent sets and 4 attacks already for Wayne Marco.
And that's not even starting, huh? That is coming off the bench. They tried to experiment with the other setter. In the meanwhile, Anayiziko and Makaspak holding on to his hand may have injured it slightly. Watch this.
New starter for Coach Jose Roque. Milover Parcon will replace Jericho Jose.
We're at 2-1. Oh, excellently done on the quick. De Los Reyes making that clean connection.
Mukhang yun din talagang strategy ni Wayne Marco. Sa simula ng ball game, he would go to your simple basic plays. And then suddenly, pag pukpuka na, he would go to combination.
Go to the main course. Aperitif muna. Here's the set. And it's easily handled on the other end by Marjoki. Sets it up. Santos has it. And the easy drop, easily handled alive and well. Referees holding their whistle. Santos and Eugenio nowhere to go.
Great pancake save from Wayne Marco. Talagang sinugod niya yun para mabuhay.
I like it when the referees don't blow their whistle inadvertently. When they need some trained eye to make that call, not non-call.
And it's a good thing meron din support from the linesmen kasi they also will wave their flags pag patay na yung bola.
Some tend to blow their whistle too quickly. And no amount of replay is going to help you there. Huh?
Yes.
It's a call you have to make in real time. Oh! Maglino flying!
That's the second pancake save from Eco Oil. Ngayon naman, Rafi Makaspak deserves a second look.
Boy,
great timing. Then Maglino puts an end to that rally.
Bigyan nyo ng merienda yun, mamaya. In the meanwhile, we have the quick counter. EasyTrip not just going quietly into the afternoon, roaring back 2-5 as the count. They obtain the serve. Here comes Parcon and he serve. Anima. Oh, and he can fly, Maglino. Alam mo si Maglino, you can forget him kung minsan sa depensa that he's not gonna do anything, then suddenly he hits you.
Grabe, when he goes for that approach, may lutang talaga may hang time
You tend to look at De Los Reyes, you look at the others, Ronquillo, and then you forget about, good call.
Overreaching called on Kiefer Reyes. Kahit nadaplisan mo lang yung bola, pag nasa side pa ng kalaban mo, that's still a violation.
Yeah. Trespassing. 6th straight tally. Eco Oil DLSU taking the last 2 sets after losing the first. And that is missed. That'll bring it to 6-4. And 4 will be serving against 6. Eugenio serving anew. Eugenio, one of those coming off the bench for EasyTrip. Road Spikers trying to mount a rally. It's a regalo. That is mishit.
Kanina pa nahihirapan ang EasyTrip to convert Los Regalos.
You know, there is no English translation for it. I asked others. Overpass lang. Not as fun as regalo. High up in the air, the set, and the kill.
First technical timeout. Eco Oil up by 4.
And looking good, trying to ice it all here in this fourth.
Sa Hagis, eliminate yung time. Hindi nagmamadali. Okay? Kasi di ba, pagdating mo, pag sobrang taas, hinihintay ka na lang na receiver. So, kailangan sumakot. Build momentum. Build momentum.
Kaya sa part mo ito,
Like that you could join us here in One Sports for our continuing coverage of Spikers Turf. And this is the Men's Volleyball Open Conference. Here we go. Santos hoists it high. Galang rejected. They will reset the offense. Galang. And here's the drop. Red. Christensen sends it to the back row. Anima is there. Both sides playing patty cake to each other here. Christensen uncorks. Here's the set. Oh, it's still alive. And akala ko easy over. Hindi. Galang, no way.
Now is not the time to hold back. If you can give all the power you can para makahabol dahil tatlo pa yan.
Akala ko ang mag-aalanganin siya. Hindi, Cesar, bata pa po ako. Kaya ko ito. Lilipad po ako. Uy, mintis. Mintis. Halong problema sa set, problema sa pagkakatalon.
Medyo mataas yung set ng konti lang.
Konti lang. Negotiable. 8-6 ang ating bilang. 6 serving against 8 na. Makaspak. Marco. Maglina with another bullet. Galang. Anima. Joust! And Marco wins out. Alam mo, advantage Marco, matangkad siyang setter.
That's correct. He can also spike.
Oo, convert. Alam, lakas ng kutob ko, converted ito eh. Yung magaling to turn sa on-2, yung kunwari totos pero napalo. Alam mong dating mandirigma eh. Billy Anima, and it's in play. The reverse set. Christensen denied and hindi tumawid.
Apat na naman ang lamang ng Eco Oil. These errors of EasyTrip
Yun
are...
ang sumisira sa kanila, no? Sa Road Spikers. We have a change as Malikli comes back. Malikli had a big share of the action earlier.
Maglinaw, 7 points.
Ganun.
From a libero to an open spiker.
Yeah, ganun eh, no? Ganda ng versatility na yun. Ano? Oh, today, ganito ka. Today, ganito ka. 11-6, and it's time for the EasyTrip Road Spikers to huddle up.
Tsagayin nyo lang. Hindi pwedeng, nandiyan na eh. Tsagayin nyo. Hindi nyo malalaman kung talagang kaya natin talunin yan. Pwedeng isusubukan. Tayo rin ang nagbibigay sa kanila ng kumpiyansa. Sinimulan nyo ng mababang buran. Galing sa panalong set, tapos biglang baba na ano. Pumuntos na ng 2-3 sa inyo. Sinuko nyo na yung sarili nyo. Ano ba? Diba? Yung kung aatake tayo, parang feeling nyo, wala na eh, buhay. Ibig sa gawa natin yung paraan, bawiin natin sa block, saka tayo bumabaw. Tara, laban tayo! Laban tayo! Laban tayo!
Kaya pa, konti pang pukpok and we can catch up. Sabi nga ni Coach Jose Roque, he will not give up that easily. Malayo pa sa 25 yung score ng Eco Oil DLSU. Anything can happen.
Wala namang Wala namang point na spike na 4 points eh. Layo pa to.
You would hear coaches say that a lot. Malakas na palo, mahina na palo. 1 point is 1 point.
Anima's attempt. Tumama yata sa 4 touches yata tawag.
And I just want to inform all of the fans of our Spikers Turf, we will not have games this coming Sunday, October 6, dahil po walang complications in our elimination round. There will be no playoffs. Diretso tayo ng October 8 for our quarterfinals.
Which is a Tuesday.
Signal will be going up against Ateneo, Perpetual against the Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force against PLDT, and Santa Elena against IEM, all in one day. If ever magkakaroon ng complications in the quarterfinals, Game 2 will be set on October 10 because the #1 teams in the respective pools are currently armed with a twice-to-beat advantage.
That's a good explanation. Let's get ready for that phase of the tournament. We're just completing the schedules, but it's an important day for the development of the game, you know. We want to keep playing, keep the action going. What a combination! Then bite! And alam mo, pag hindi nag-work ang play, yung tinginan ng 2 o 3, ano nangyari? Ano? Sabi siya, taas mo eh. Aga ng talong mo eh.
At parang hindi masyadong malakas yung palo ni Anima that time.
Parang tumingin siya to go down line ba ako o cross court ba ako? Slight in hesitation. Huli. Eugenio, nabasa yung gagawin ni De Los Reyes. Problemado kasi yung set din naman. In the meanwhile, we'll have a change. Serrano returns to the ball game. May pagod na rin yung Marco.
Mukhang nabasa na yung diskarte ni Wayne Marco.
Tsaka kung minsan man pinapasok lang, balasa. Balasa. Maiba naman ang look. 12-9. Ang sikip! Ginawa ng paraan!
At a bullet from Billy Anima, making up for that miscommunication with Wayne Marco. I think kanina he was asking for a different combination play, tapos iba yung binigay ni Wayne Marco.
Baka yan ang malinaw doon. Ang ganda ng arm swing niya doon, full swing there. And this one makes the line. Complications now for EASYTRIP as it jumps out to a 5-point lead.
Good substitution for Coach Arnold Lanyog.
Yes. It gives them a different perspective and some freshness. Pagod na rin na, marami na rin nagawa si Marco eh. Lakas. Ang lakas. Gigil. Gigil na gigil.
It was obvious that Milo Parcon was trying to go for a check ball dahil nga ang lakas ng blocking ng DLSU tapos ang tataas ng kamay ng mga blockers.
Yeah, they wanted to overpower the block if it was there. As we have now the serve that goes into play from Serrano. Serve, Christensen. Ronquillo. Alam mo, volleyball na volleyball yung pangalan. Ronquillo. I'll kill you. We'll be right back.
Diba? Kaya lang yung maganda, tinatapik mo naman, ibaba, okay lang, nakakapatay. Pag misit, pag-aralan mo, yung pag-adjustan.
May maintain lang yung sipag natin, pare.
Spiker serve rolls along here on One Sports and full schedule today. We're trying to complete our, in a weight classification and organization schedule to get the teams forward into the next round, which Neil pointed out, starts on the 8th, on Tuesday. Ooh! Alam mo, gusto ko yung effort ni Marjoke. Yan hindi natatawid eh. Kunin mo lang, baka sakaling tumaas eh.
That's correct. A for effort. Yung attempt, yung importante sa mga coaches. Kahit na hindi makuha, as long as nakita yung willingness and aggressiveness to save all the balls.
Baka masungkit eh. Baka masungkit. Ito, setup job by Makaspak. And look at this. after a very shaky start by Eco Oil, DLSU, they are now exuding a lot more confidence and exuberance actually.
Kumbaga yung first set nila, it was just their warm-up. Ngayon nakikita na natin yung tunay na laro ng Eco
Good
Oil.
point. That na-handle na nila yung firepower ng EASYTRIP. They managed to stop Galang. They stymied that middle attack. Hindi na nakaka-slide play itong EASYTRIP. Hirap na hirap. Oh!
And the two losses of Eco Oil were both 5-set. They pushed the Air Force to 5 sets. They challenged the Ateneo Blue Eagles in 5 sets.
So it was a good tournament, but you know, coaches never satisfied until you cross over to the next round. And mukhang may bumalik na player, si Jose. That's tight. Christensen may do. And it's now closing to the finish line. Eco Oil is in front by 8, but let's see what Jose and company can do right now. Jericho Jose serving at 11-19. Jockey. Here's the dink by Galang. Uh-oh. Problematic. Oh, smart move by Christensen.
Kanina, na-block siya ni Maglinaw. This time around, he used Maglinaw's hands to get that point. Ito pa rin ang hahabulin ng EASYTRIP rather.
Grabe intensity nito si Christensen, ano? Ano siya eh. Hindi nagbabago yung game face niya eh. Whether mag-jubilate, mag-celebrate, ganun pa rin. Enjoy siya. That way. A new face. Comandos coming in for the first time. And
more substitutions
for
the LSU.
John De Los Reyes moves out. Chance for the rest of the team to get some action, no matter how fleeting. Service in play. Santos, this one up. Anima makes it a set. Borjokic deals down. Santos, this one looked long, but in play. Maglinaw. Hello. Net touch, clearly so.
Masyadong dikit yung receive sa net. He wasn't able to control.
Wala na eh. He tried to squeeze in to reduce his size. Wala lang. Gandito lang to. Yung mga setter, di ba? Nagpapanggap na maliit sila. Pero ito, 13-20. It has to be a great run here. Be able to track this down. Santos keeping it in play. Ay, namatay yung play.
4 points away. Eco Oil maximizing the unforced errors being given to them.
That's the undoing of EASYTRIP here today. Starting from that second set, I think they lost their grip, their focus in that game, in that set, and it's spilled over into the last 2 sets as well. Good. It's still alive. Hello. Everybody's sleeping. One shoe is gone. And Makaspak trying to say, that's mine. Diba? Volleyball, mine.
Part of the game. Marami rin ako nakita ng mga natatanggalan ng sapatos.
Meron ako nakita, umandar yung play. Sinipa yung sapatos. Alis ka. Medyas ang ginamit. Hindi nakakatawa habang nangyayari, no? Later on, pag napanood mo, nakakatawa siya. Sayang yun. Ako, meron akong campaign. Palalakihin ko yung court ng volleyball. Walang naniniwala sa akin, eh.
Yeah, in the international tournament, sobrang laki ng area.
Ang daming demarcation lines. Ang luwag. I remember we would do tournaments here. Ayaw nila yung masyadong malapit yung TV panel. All of the above. In the meanwhile, Maglinaw gets to it. Here's the set. Medyo mababa. Pero ginawa, hindi lampas. Mababa yung set, eh. We're at 22-15. 15 now serving against 22. Galang all set to unfurl his serve. It rolls over and they got an ace. And every which way, they'll take it. Galong has this nice smile that lights up the room, but I'm sure he'd like to smile if they were in the lead.
Now is not the time to relax. Talking about Eco Oil.
Correct, correct. Ooh! Ooh! From first line! Tusok!
Perfect connection from Reyes and Serrano. Now, JD De Los Reyes will come back in. Ayaw na mag-take ng chance ni Coach Arnold Lanyog. He wants to end this in convincing fashion.
Pa ako nakaka-recover doon sa tusok na yun. First throw eh. First line. Oh, but what a waste. 23-17. Ishua Manliklik will be serving. And that'll bring them closer to the finish as we arrive at match point. It's really not how you start, but how you finish. And these last 3 sets have been all the LSU Eco Oil. They're in command. And they're sealed the deal.
After a sluggish start in our first set, they end it with a spectacular block, well-timed. That has been the story since the second set. Lahat ng blocking gumana sa side ng Eco Oil LSU. Let's take a look at that play again. Jericho Jose had nowhere to go. He tried to challenge Ronquillo and De Los Reyes, but it was too much. Solid blocking for Eco Oil.
At the end of this match, the first set going the way of the EASYTRIP Road Spikers, but the last 3 have all been Eco Oil, the LSU. We'll wrap this up very shortly with the introduction of our most outstanding performer as well.
Mic check. 1, 2. This is the confirmation of the 4-set win of the Eco Oil Green Spikers against the EASYTRIP Road Spikers. I am here with our best player of the game, John Mark Ronquillo, with 8 attacks and 4 blocks. Congratulations, John Mark. I just want to pick your brain a little. What was your mindset coming into this game? Lalo na't alam natin, non-bearing naman siya.
Yun nga po, dahil nga last game na po namin na magkakasama, so parang iti-treasure na lang po namin siya bilang exposure po ng team namin. Kasi nga po, parang rebuilding stage po yung Lasal University po. Tapos parang inaalay na din po namin sa may birthday po namin. Tapos may teammate po kasi kami naaalis na. So yun po, ginawa po namin sa inspirasyon.
I see. Pero ngayon, John Mark, you are one of the new rookies for the side of the Green Spikers. What is your mindset? Lalo na, is there so much pressure ba sa'yo na ikaw yung top scorer?
Hindi naman po kasi parang naghihirap naman po lahat sa training. So hard work pays off po talaga.
Now you have a chance to greet all of your fans and supporters. Meron ka bang mga babatiin?
So, binabati ko po si Billy Anima, dahil birthday po niya, happy birthday Billy. Tsaka po, Monster Wings po sa Robinson Lipa. Mamit daddy ko po, kapatid ko kay Eril Geman, kay Sam, kay Steven. Tsaka po si Coach Arnold. Jules Jesus po. Yun ako.
Okay, that was your player of the game, John Mark Ronquillo. Let's take a look at our game highlights. Back to you, Sir Seb.
Thank you very much, Neil. And what a performance by that new young player, new grade 5. The first set went the way, actually, of the EASYTRIP Road Spikers. They were in charge, in command. Mordi Galang was firing at all cylinders. They led 25-14. The blocking of De La Salle in the first set was nowhere in sight until that second set when they suddenly decided, okay, let's play our game. And they suddenly got their act together. Galang was unstoppable in that first set.
In that first set, talagang binasa lang ng Eco Oil DLSU kung anong gagawin ng attackers ng EASYTRIP. Come the second set, third set, and fourth set, they were able to establish a strong blocking formation led by Kiefer Reyes and JD De Los Reyes. And of course, let's not forget the performance of Rafi Makaspak, who got a lot of hits from that cross-court area.
Birthday pala ni Biliani mo, baka siya yung magpapapansit mamaya. Alam mo naman, masaya ang grupo pag pansit eh. O kaya pizza kaya. And they were trying to go to him. They got contributions from everybody, from different sources. And this is a strong team once they get their chemistry together.
Balanced performance from the Eco Oil Green Spikers. Even the substitutions that came in provided quality minutes for Coach Arnold Lanyog. And it really helped their cause despite having missed the opportunity to enter the quarterfinals of our Open Conference. I am sure maraming maibabaon itong Eco Oil to the upcoming UAAP. Look at the game statistics. 42 attacks compared to the 36 only. Emphasis on the blocking. They produced double the amount na produce ng EASYTRIP. And yung errors medyo pantay pa nga eh. It's just that they played better in the second to fourth set.
Absolutely right. And you were beginning to talk about the schedule on Tuesday, Neil, because the quarterfinals will start on that Tuesday. Take us through this, please.
Now, this is the game schedule on October 8. We will start at 10 a.m. dahil po, apat ang games natin for you. We start out with the clash between Signal and Ateneo, followed by the Philippine Air Force and PLDT. Then we resume our games at 3 p.m. Perpetual against the Philippine Navy. And then, finally, Santa Elena will be going up against IEM.
Okay, in behalf of Neil Flores and our entire production team here on One Sports, thank you for joining us, but there's still more to come. It'll be the Coast Guard against San Sebastian. The action continues to wax hot and furious here on the Spikers turf.